Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today because I forgot to record the intro and outro to the video. I was on my way to church and I remembered I had to record this. So this is a video where I'm going to show you what I ate for a week. These are my dinners for like 5 days, I believe I recorded. And I recorded every day individually. That's why I did some voiceover, some I talked as I went. So I hope you guys like this video. It took a lot of editing to put all these together. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope you subscribe. I hope you share with your friends. Give this video a thumbs up. And let's just jump into the video. Okay, so for today's dinner, we just got back from the gym. It's, as you can see, 7-11 right now. I started off with what takes the longest, the chicken. I got this chicken already chopped. It's Purdue, it comes chopped already. And I seasoned it with a little bit of red pepper flakes, salt, pepper, and a little bit of lime juice, half a lime, and a little bit of mayo. I always put mayo to make it creamy, like half a tablespoon or so. And then I added garlic, a little bit of garlic and onions. And then on this one, I'm gonna start the broccoli and the mushrooms on the back one. For the mushrooms, I added a little bit of olive oil, onions and garlic, and I let it brown a little bit. And then you can just put the chopped mushrooms here. And then I like to add a little bit of pepper. And then a little bit of salt. And I have the chicken going on low heat here. I just covered it to let it cook. And you can just forget about the chicken until the very end. So when we come back from the gym, we're often starving and we want something healthy and quick. So these are the recipes I come up with. Always a protein. I like to have something that's a little acidic, so I always put a salad. And then I like to have vegetables. I don't always put carbs on dinner. Sometimes I'll do mashed potatoes, sweet potato fries, something like that. But we don't always put carbs on the dinner. We like to avoid carbs, but we don't cut it out of the diet completely. And back here I have a little bit of garlic and some olive oil going, and I'm just gonna saute the broccoli here, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So the garlic has browned, and then I just dump in that, and I put in a little bit of water. Just a little bit of salt, and then you can cover that. Let me actually get another one. I like to let the mushrooms go until all the liquid dries up. There's still some liquid. I like it to start browning, and same goes for the broccoli. I don't like it too mushy. I like it a little bit greener, a little crunch to it. So I let that go for about 3 to 5 minutes. Just keep checking. So here I'm making a salad. This is watercress. It's one of my favorite greens ever since I lived in Brazil. And I add half a lime, the other half from the chicken, olive oil, and salt, and that's it. So now it's starting to get brown. I turn off the heat on the mushrooms, and same for the chicken. It's browned the way I like it. If you don't like it this brown, take it out before. So this is how we like it, so I turn off the heat on that. And the broccoli looks about ready, so I'll uncover it and let it dry. Okay guys, so that's it for today's dinner. As you can see, it's 7:28. I plated everything, took less than 15 minutes for the dinner. So this is what we have. The broccoli sauteed, salad with watercress and some cherry tomatoes on top, chicken and mushrooms. And this is my husband's and mine. And that's it. Okay guys, so for all the recipes, I'll have the ingredients listed down below, but for this one we have chicken, carrots, cilantro, snap peas, we have mushrooms, broccoli, green onions, we have garlic, a little bit of pureed ginger, onions, and then we have soy sauce, stir-fry sauce, and the noodles. First thing you're going to do here is add your chopped chicken to a hot skillet with some olive oil on it. So we're going to use a little bit of cornstarch with some chicken stock. If you watch my meal prep video, you saw that I keep the chicken stock to make other recipes. So I'm going to mix the chicken stock with the cornstarch and make a paste out of it, and that's what we're going to use to thicken the sauce for our stir fry. Now you're going to add the chopped onion to the chicken, mix it all together, and let that go until the onion becomes a little translucent. That would take about 2 to 3 minutes. And then add your garlic as well, mix it all together, and let it go. Now once your chicken, onion, and garlic has cooked, you're going to add in the pureed ginger. You're going to start adding all the ingredients here to really flavor this and the vegetables to cook it. I add a little bit of sesame oil just to give it some flavor. And then I'm going to start adding the vegetables now. I'm going to add the mushrooms. I'm going to mix that all together and let that go for about 2 more minutes until the mushroom wilts down a little bit and cooks. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the cilantro. I like a lot of cilantro. If you don't like cilantro, leave it out or add just a little. Here I'm adding the scallions. Adding carrots, broccoli, all the rest of the vegetable, the snap peas and the red pepper as well. Now just mix everything together really well. And you're going to start adding the rest of the ingredients. It's a lot of ingredients, but this is an easy recipe. Now you're going to add the cornstarch with chicken stock, and now you're going to add the rest of the chicken stock to the mix, but just make sure you add the chicken stock little by little so the sauce is to your thickness. If it's too thick, add a little more. And then I like to add this stir-fry sauce just to add some flavor. And add this to your liking as well. And lastly, I'm going to add some soy sauce. This is just going to be to season the sauce. I'm going to add the noodles. I got this Thai rice noodle. It's very low calorie, and I got it by the refrigerated produce section of my grocery store. This is already cooked, so all you have to do is add it to the stir fry itself and mix it in and let it go for about 2 minutes until the sauce gets incorporated in the noodle itself. Just cook the noodles in the sauce for about 2 minutes and turn the heat off, and it's ready to eat. Now this part is optional, but we like to fry an egg and put it over the top of the stir-fry noodle. Like I said, it's optional, but we really like this step. And that's it for this recipe, guys. It takes about 25 minutes, including the prep time. That takes the longest, chopping up the veggies. So I just plate that in a little bowl and put the egg right on top. This recipe was so good. You can add whatever vegetables you want. You can remove the ones you don't like here, but this was amazing. Looking back at it, it's making me hungry all over again. We just added some sesame seeds over the top. You can add some fresh cilantro as well if you want. But I already added a lot into the mix, and then you just put the egg right on top, and that's it. Look how amazing that looks.
I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better.
So this is probably the tastiest and fastest recipe here. If you know me, you know I'm not a salad person, but this is an exception. I love the salad, it is so filling. You should definitely give this a try. So all I'm doing here is chopping the salmon into little cubes. If you want to leave the pieces bigger, it's up to you, but like all the meats I eat, I like it very well done. So I like to chop it so it can get some color on it.
I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die.
I'm then gonna add the salmon into the skillet with some lemon juice. Just half a lemon is fine. I sprayed the skillet with the PAM spray before adding the salmon in, just to make sure it doesn't stick. And now I'm adding in a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and some red pepper flakes. The staples to all my meats, most of my veggies, those three things.
And I wanna take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna.
On a separate pot, I have some eggs boiling, and that's kind of a thermometer to show me how well the egg is done. And here's just an overview of the ingredients. The lettuce I used, some cherry tomatoes, avocado, chopped cucumber, lemon, a little bit of lime, feta cheese, some black olives. Again, all of these will be listed down below, and then just my salad bowls. In here I'm putting the salad together. I start off with the lettuce and then layer off the other ingredients on top.
I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there. I'm going out with you tonight. Are you close to here? I'm feeling down, I don't know why. No, it's so surreal. Think I want you here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh.
So as you saw, I like to keep my dressing for the salad fairly easy. I put olive oil, salt, and some lemon juice. And here you'll just see me putting eggs and then the cooked salmon over top. So basically chop all the ingredients I showed you and then just put the protein on top, and that's it. It's so delicious, guys. If you give this a try, definitely tag me. This is one of my favorites. I've been eating it at least once a week.
I'm feeling down, I don't know why. What an alibi. But I'm glad you're here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Oh, 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 oh. Though I want your touch. Baby, I so high, stay. I don't mind a little crazy. But baby, I so high, stay. We don't need to go that fast. I need this night to last. Slow it down.
So I figured I'd jump in this part because it's one of the most important ones here. This is the secret to crispy, good sweet potato fries, is to not crowd them. You want to leave space for the heat to evenly cook all around the sweet potato. Just make sure if you have a lot of sweet potatoes, use different baking sheets like I am here. I'm using 3 total because I am cooking for my whole family today, not just me and Thiago. But yeah, just make sure you're not crowding them or they'll be soggy.
We don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. Baby, I'm so high, stay. I don't mind a little crazy, but baby, I'm so high, stay. We don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. Baby, I'm so high, stay. We don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last.
So while the skillet is warming up and browning the garlic, I am flipping the sweet potatoes to make sure they cook on the other side as well. Now to a second skillet, you want to spray some PAM, and here you're going to put your chicken breasts. So just put a little bit of PAM since the chicken already has some olive oil. It shouldn't stick, but just to be safe. Now to the brown garlic, you're going to add your green beans, you're going to add some lime juice, salt and pepper, and just move it around a little bit. And it depends how well you like your green beans. I like mine with a little crunch, so I put the lid on it and let it cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, and it's good enough for me. But keep tasting as you go to see what you like best. So for this night, I decided to give you a bonus recipe in case you don't like sweet potatoes and you don't like green beans. Here I use that same chicken, same recipe to do a wrap, or you can do a soft shell taco, hard shell taco, whatever it is you want to do. Here we used a wrap, everything aioli that I got on Amazon. And then you just add the chicken, some cheese, lettuce, tomato, and I added some sliced radish over top. Okay guys, so for today I'm making steak. I am making potatoes, first boiling them, and I'm gonna finish them in the oven. And I'm making mushrooms and then kale salad. And I pre-chopped the onions for the steak, pre-chopped the mushrooms. We buy these kales that are like thinly sliced at Brazilian stores here in Massachusetts. I have the garlic for the kale salad and the mushroom, and that's it. I'm gonna show you how we do that. And then I also add some shredded parmesan to the potatoes. I add some parmesan to this. I'll show you how we go, and I'm gonna link all the ingredients down below. So the steak, again, we buy them at a Brazilian butcher shop. And if you don't have one close to you, just buy any steak, thinly sliced. As you can see, it's very thin, and they run it through a machine to make it more tender. So I'm gonna season it with 1 packet of sazon. You can find these in the Latin food aisle in any supermarket. This has a lot of sodium, so if you're watching that, again, we don't eat a lot of salt in our food, but I like this in my steak. So if you're watching your sodium, just use regular salt and pepper. But I'm gonna add 1 of these, and I'm not making all this steak today. I'm just making extra so I can leave seasoned in the fridge so we can have for dinner another night. And then some pepper. And if you want to add garlic powder, whatever, onion powder to this, you can. I'm not gonna add any onion or any garlic. I don't know, I'm not a fan of the strong garlic taste in the meat. And that's it. So you can mix that around and then you can let it sit in the fridge. So I'm gonna leave that aside. Okay, so here I added a little bit of oil and a little bit of minced garlic, or pressed garlic I should say. Once this browns, I'm gonna go ahead and add the chopped mushrooms to this. Okay, so once the garlic has browned a little bit, like you see here, you can go ahead and drop in the mushrooms.
I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your heartbeat.
I like my mushrooms a bit spicy, so I'm gonna add some red pepper flakes. So I turned on the heat back there with a little bit of oil to start doing my steak back there, cooking my steak. And here, the potatoes, so it's still not completely done, but it's like 3 minutes away. So I'm gonna take it out. It's still a little tough. I'm gonna take it out and drain it. So you see the mushroom released some water. You're gonna cover it, let that cook for like 3 minutes, and then you can take out the lid to let the water evaporate and to get a little browning on the outside of the mushrooms. So the potatoes are still hot. You're gonna try to chop them still while they're hot, because that's when they're gonna absorb all the seasoning. And you're gonna chop all of them in half, put it in a bowl so we can then season it. Okay, so the reason I like to put it in a bowl first is because I can mix everything and make sure every potato is coated, because if I put it straight on the baking sheet, then things don't get mixed well. So I like to always put it in a bowl first. So I add some olive oil, garlic powder. Let me add a little more. Italian seasoning. Salt and pepper. And then you can add a little bit of the grated parmesan now, just a little now, or it's gonna get burned. And then you add more towards the end, like 5 minutes before it's done. So now you just mix it all around. I want to spray this just in case. I know we put a little bit of olive oil already, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And spread them around here. And you are gonna bake these because they're already like pre-cooked. You're probably gonna bake these for about 10 minutes and then just put it on broil a little bit. Add the cheese and put it on broil. But again, I'll show you. And I bake it at 350. Let's check on the mushrooms. So now I'm gonna remove the lid and just let it dry out a little bit and brown. This should be warm enough. We're gonna go ahead and add the steak here. If you can find steak like this, I think you can get it like skirt steak. It would be similar to the steak here. This is a Brazilian steak called picanha, right? Okay, so we're gonna let that go. The mushroom is dry, so we're gonna turn the heat off on that. Put that aside. Let me move this to the bigger one. So again, the meat is just like the mushroom. It releases some water, and when it's like almost cooked through, I like my steak extra well done when it's this thin. When it's like thicker, then I like a medium well. But this one, I like it to have some color to the outside. So while it's still got all this water, we're gonna throw in the onion on top. Just put that around. And then you can cover it and let it go for a little bit more. So for the kale salad, even if you don't like kale, give this a try. Like everybody that comes over says this is the best kale salad they've ever had, and I learned it from my mom. So with this, I add a little bit of salt straight to the kale. You don't want to mix it in with the garlic or it'll bunch up and you're gonna eat chunks of salt. So add a little bit of salt here, mix it around. So now the potatoes are cooked enough. I'm gonna put it on broil and add some cheese over top. So try to put it over the potato, but if it falls to the side, that's okay too. If you don't like the cheese, leave it out, but you know us by now, we're cheese people. So I'm gonna go ahead and close that and put it on broil. So now I'm gonna turn on the olive oil and garlic, and this is gonna go over the kale salad. But before that, while that is going and getting warmed up, I'm going to squeeze some lime juice. You can use lemon, whatever you like. We usually do lime. Over the kale. And you can buy whatever kale, guys. This is the flat leaf kale. It's not the like really curly one. But you can buy whatever kale, and just make sure you cut it really thin. Like that. Okay, so added the lime juice. Mix it around a little bit. And the steak, I just turned it off. You see it got brown, the onion got brown. So I turned that off already. And we're gonna let the garlic go a little bit here, and dinner's almost done. This is a four different dishes, and we do it in like 25-30 minutes. It's that fast. Okay, so when the garlic starts to brown, you want it brown, not burnt. So you see it's getting brown. Turn off the heat, and then we bring it over, and you toss all that goodness. And then put it around here again. And you see it's gonna wilt a little bit, and that's fine. It's because of the hot oil. So keep doing that, getting more flavor. Okay, so now it's time to plate. We add a little bit of that salad. Then we can add the steak. So this is Thiago's, he doesn't like onion, right? You like it or no?
No.
That's the potatoes, they're ready, so I'm gonna pull them out. Okay. And now the potatoes, this is how they're looking. And then you can just add that to the plate now. And that's it, guys. Quick dinner, delicious, a lot of sides, and it only takes 25 to 30 minutes when you have everything going at once. So I hope you enjoy it. How is it?
It's amazing. It's delicious.
Is it filling? Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed these recipes. I hope you give them a try. If you do, please tag me on Instagram, DM me a photo if you're not comfortable tagging. I would love to see you guys' recipes. Let me know what you thought of the recipes down below. Let me know what you want to see in future recipe videos. These recipes are on the healthier side because I've been trying to eat better weekdays. This is not at all what I used to eat for dinner. It was like pasta every night, white rice. So by no means am I a nutritionist or do I know what I'm doing. I'm just cutting out some things that I'm starting to see results here and there. But I had some people ask me about dieting and about healthier eating. I'm not a nutritionist. What I'm doing here, things I look up on Pinterest, things I look up on Google, and I put some recipes together and that's it. So I hope you like these recipes. Give them a try. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing my videos, for putting up stories on your Instagram, all of that. I appreciate you guys so much. So until next time, thank you so much. Bye.